Hi, welcome everyone. Hi, Mamta. Hi, Miss Elizabeth.
Hi,
Hi,
Ale.
Hello, everyone.
good day to
Hello,
Hi.
Dr. Swain. Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us today for this incredible gathering, this very intimate session where we are going to dive more into Regenerative Life Garden and as it comes to life. Also, hi, Kat. Welcome, welcome. Just a quick disclaimer before kicking things off. David is having a little bit of connectivity issues as there is heavy rainfalls right now. So we are going to continue to hold the space. He's going to be off camera, but he's still with us and he's with such a lovely community on ground. And we had the great pleasure to see all of them before connections. There was some disruption. However, we'll make sure to send some photos. And yes, David is still hearing us and he's still with us. So we'll try to engage as best as possible. But before kicking things off and handing the mic over to my beautiful colleagues, welcome. I am Alessandra, otherwise known as Ale, and I am one of the co-founders of Regenerative Life Garden. And I've had the great fortune and pleasure to join and link arms with David and Iyanuoluwa on this co-created climate quest that is a manifestation of a climate quest by RegenIntel, which is a main project that we partake on as fellows. So we all met at the RegenIntel Fellowship. Mamta is one of our main instructors. Miss Elizabeth Sawin is also one of our main instructors as well. And we'll be diving more into RegenIntel, Climate Quest, etc. But we just wanted to kick off by saying thank you. And we're so blessed to bring this project to life and to continue seeing the many manifestations that will continue to emerge in this project and beyond. So thank you so much. And with that, David, if you are here, I will hand the mic over to you so you can say a few words.
Yeah. Thank you, Ari. Thank you all. My solving Kati, you are welcome. Mamta, you are welcome. I thank you all for accepting our invitation and being with us today. We are launching Regenerative Life Garden. It is a climate quest for food security and climate action. Maybe what I can do is just to give you the background of this climate quest. It started as my climate quest, but just a few days, my colleagues Ari and Iyanuoluwa joined me, and now we are working as a team to make it successful. Maybe a little bit about my background. I was born and raised in poverty in Rwanda, and I faced a lot of challenges growing up. Like, as you know, Rwanda went through the war, the genocide, and many other problems, which increased the level of poverty and other challenges that go with them. So that shaped me and made me to think a lot about the situation that I was living in and thinking what I can do as a person who was growing up. When I went to the high school at Detigari, I realized that I was the poorest person in the whole school, in the entire school. So that shaped me and led me to think more times about my situation and what I can do about it. Uh, when I completed the high school, they sent me to study medicine, dental therapy. I even went there, I studied 2 years, then I realized that wasn't my passion. My passion was about social problems, social issues. Then I dropped out. I started looking for other things, reading books and taking some courses. I was trained in urban farming and agriculture. Then I even started practicing. That's how we connected with most of you when I was doing urban farming. with Jesuit Refugee Service. Then later, I got a customer who contacted me. She wanted me to help her with urban farming. Then I realized that she was a graduate from RegenIntel. RegenIntel is Regenerative Intelligence. It's an organization that trains people. Actually, it has a mission to activate humanity to become planet positive species. You know, we are in the era of many challenges, global challenges, ecological crisis, climate change, biodiversity loss, all those problems. So this organization is trying to activate people to be aware of those problems and also to take action to be like planet positive species. When I entered this course, that's when I realized the power of what I was doing. I was doing urban farming just to get food and money, but I realized that what I'm doing actually is beyond food and money. So, but again, this course, when you complete it, you have to present a project. You have to think about projects that can be beneficial to people either locally and globally. So that's how this idea of regenerative life garden came in. I started thinking about it, designing it. And another special thing that came in is one subject we call multi-solving. Multi-solving, maybe they will talk about it. It's about how we can solve multiple problems using one investment or one effort. Instead of focusing on hunger, malnutrition, we can also think about climate change. We can think about other social problems so that we can solve as many as possible. So this subject opened my eyes, and I looked back to gardens that I was setting. Then I started focusing on this specific garden. I gave it a name, Regenerative Life Garden, because it puts life at the center, but also it solves multiple problems. It can generate vegetables for more than 3 years. It can sequester carbon. Those people who were here in the morning when we were setting, we used the biochar. Biochar has the capacity to absorb the carbon and sink it in the soil for 100 years, even more. So it has that capacity, but it also helps us to manage waste, household waste management, because it has composting area at the center. And of course, it has many other benefits. Like now we are gathered here, we are socializing, we are interacting. These are also other benefits. So that's how the idea came in, and I presented to my fellows. Then we started working together as a team. Maybe I don't want to go deep into it because my colleague will speak about it, but that's how this idea came in. It came in from my own experience and the life I lived. Then the zeal or the desire to contribute not only on local context, but also for the global context. So I think that's all I can say. Maybe I will hand the... Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, David, for that very impactful introduction to RLG as a project, as a mission, as a vision, to not only set communities resilient, set communities sustainable, but to help the lives of others. Everyone, well, again, my name is Iyanuoluwa Fatunmbi, and I'm joining David on this very interesting, impactful journey. But when we met at RegenIntel, throughout the course, and then towards the end, sharing his project idea, some of the things that motivated me to join him on this quest is that I have had like stayed in some rural environments to some extent where I see like abundance of food. And I see some of these food items go to waste, right? I see some thrown away. And then for some other years as well, lived in very developed urban environments or settings. And I see people paying very high for very small food items. Some foods are even like damaged, and yet they still pay so high to buy them. And so when he discussed this, project idea with me, and I was like, okay, this is actually going to be solving a problem, you know, discussing the part of like, combating some climate change problems to health, to meeting food needs within urban environments, all of these multi-solving concept into one project is a very great one that we cannot just like pass by. And this makes the vision to like meet people's need through like securing foods. RLG, I believe everyone on ground right there would have seen what it looks like by this time. It is a mission. It is more than just like developing a vertical garden. It meets lots of needs around it, right? Just let's imagine if a house where someone who lives in a house goes to the back of their yard and develops such vertical garden. The produce from this solves their immediate need. That if a community comes together developing many other vertical gardens, the effects are wider than what a family would need, right? And so it cuts down on your need to use some of your income to buy some of these vegetables. You save your money on a lot and lots more. And so the vision goes beyond just meeting our immediate needs. It goes forward to like solving future problems, cutting across many other sectors, food and sustainable. I mean, if we look at like the sustainable development goals, for example, the first three is related to this project and many others. Sustainable cities, zero hunger, and so on and so forth. So this is just way more than a project, and we encourage everybody right on this call, tell it to people. This is a very, very great project, and we encourage everyone to join us on this quest, join us on this mission. Let's put hands together and let's make this more than a reality. Let's make it a very great, impactful, project for every one of us. Thank you very much, and you're welcome.
Love it. Love it, David. And love it, Iyanuoluwa. Thank you so much for these shares. And yeah, there's so much that we still want to translate and still put out into the world with our LG, Regenerative Life Garden. And we're excited to bring more to life. As Iyanuoluwa also mentioned, and David as well, the three of us met at RegenIntel, and David has kindly asked me to support and talk a little bit more of RegenIntel with all of you. So I will quickly share my screen. Okay, I hope. Can you see my screen? Okay, thank you so much. So as you know, we all met at RegenIntel. Mamta is here. She is one of the co-creators at this incredible community, and we wanted to honor the space and honor where we originally decided to link arms, as Iyanuoluwa said. And the reality is that and someone else is joining us, Agnes. So welcome. The reality is that to some level or degree, we all feel the poly crisis and meta crisis that we find ourselves in. And the challenge does, or like it can feel overwhelming. Which is why RegenIntel is, as Iyanuoluwa said, and David, is on a mission to activate humanity to become a planet-positive species. And there are many expressions that live through that shared mission. And but one of them is superpowering and emboldening current and future leaders to effectively implement the highest impact systems of solutions for the people and planet at scale. And Regenerative Life Garden is one expression of this shared mission. Another important aspect behind RegenIntel is moving away from systems of exploitation and extraction to a world where humanity works in concert with nature and creating abundance for all people and for the planet. So making a whole new system that makes the current system obsolete, as Baki would say. And just to emphasize as well, this kind of solutions, you could call it multi-solving, or as Chad Fishman, CEO and founder of RegenIntel, would also say, a cascading benefit. So regenerative solutions are more than climate solutions and more. So Regenerative Life Garden is an expression of a climate solution, but beyond that, we will be sharing as well few manifestations of other expressions that we want to bring to life through Regenerative Life Garden, and ways that we want to document this kind of modeling and then being able to replicate it in other areas. So where I find myself in Nicaragua, and being able to adjust and pivot and basically start to meet people where they're at. And part of regenerative systems thinking is also seeing the interconnectedness between many different sectors and many different areas that, I would even quote Miss Elizabeth here in one of her talks. She has mentioned, right, like working in isolation makes us weak. So how about we link arms? How about we, get together and start seeing how there are so many points of similarities and commonalities that actually exist between like many different departments, projects, peoples, and ideas. And this is just like one very simple chart that we use at RegenIntel to amplify the regenerative systems that we try to intervene, but also start to creating new ways of being. So in the health and education, restoring and protecting oceans, transport and mobility, restoring and protecting lands, industrial processes, agriculture, food and land use, the built environment, energy production and use. And there are many others as well. And there are many branches behind RegenIntel as well, such as RegenIntel Transformation and RegenIntel Education. We met in the branch of the RegenIntel Education under the fellowship program. There are other manifestations that are taking place at RegenIntel Education, something new that we'll also be able to communicate and share with all of you in the coming weeks, actually. But there's also RegenIntel Transformation, where there are other points to intervene in the system, such as in services as well, to meet organizations and individuals where they're at. And as a fellow as well, I would have to say that these are just some elements that we tap into as RegenIntel Education, such as upskilling, of course, tapping into climate careers and solution seekers. But there's much more than that. I would have to say there are so many depths and layers that take place behind the system. And most importantly, I would say having the community and meeting so many people from so many different parts of the world, and being able to share in our lived experiences and our lived wisdom is something that is priceless and honestly goes like beyond the course. And this is where David, Iyanuoluwa, and I met. And we had like very good conversations, like genuine conversations, like hearing our stories and how can we link arms, right? Like I'm a content and communications creator. And Iyanuoluwa is diving more into GIS. David has manifesting Regenerative Life Garden for years. And how can we mix our quests and then combine that into one where we can like continue to tell our stories, but also like continue to support each other and nurture each other, and still finding other ways where we can intervene and also start to model and document everything as a process. So I would have to say that these are other aspects of the course that goes beyond a climate career, I would say. And as a whole, RegenIntel is developing a global recognized symbol of regenerative achievement and catalytic leadership as well. And there's so much more that we can share around RegenIntel. Mamta is here. We'll give her the mic in a moment as well, in case she wants to share something around RegenIntel. Of course, your lived experiences, stories, or anything else that you feel like sharing, Mamta, all shares are welcome. But again, our shared and collective mission is activating humanity to become a planet positive species. And we are definitely excited, grounded, and determined, I would say, determined to continue to carry this collective mission forward in Regenerative Life Garden and all other quests that we will continue to actively participate on. And if you want to join us on this journey, we are always welcoming all people to link arms, Regenerative Life Garden, RegenIntel, and beyond. So thank you so much. Oh, yes. Beautiful. And with that, we would like to open the floor to Mamta and Elizabeth. If there are any shares that you want to share, we welcome that as well. And we want to invite you, if you feel like sharing, what kind of invitations would you invite people to like join us on this journey, multi-solving, finding points to intervene? What kind of invitation would you give to individuals, organizations, or other people, like other fellow students as well, that are also trying to find ways to creatively, but also like finding joy in the process of creating new systems? So we leave the floor to you, and we welcome your shares.
I can jump in. First of all, congratulations, David, Iyanuoluwa, and Ale. I think as a RegenIntel co-founder, it is such a proud moment for us. You know, I'm so overjoyed to see, and you all have quoted RegenIntel missions to activate humanity to become a planet positive species. And I see, you know, in the form of three of you, it is actually what we see in that mission being manifested here. You three coming together with your individual expertise and decided to collaborate. I mean, we feel so much satisfaction and motivation. And this is such a powerful project, what David, you're doing on field. But Iyanuoluwa, with your expertise, especially in the spatial technologies, GIS and all that, and Ali being so much creative, you know, in the design space, as well as, you know, your hands-on experience in marketing, I feel that this combination is really good, and you have just launched. And I think one of the major area moving forward, because I had a call with David, I know that it is to look for financial support, some sort of a finding to make it more and more operational. David really got good support on ground. So you need to be very clear in terms of that, what kind of outreach you should plan on ground. David being in there, you know, in that locations, and you supporting him remotely. And the other invitation, Ali, as you mentioned about, because I feel that there would be many people, many students, and other professionals who will come to know about this Regenerative Life Garden over the period of time. They feel motivated and inspired to join you in this journey. But you need to make it more clear that what is the call for action. For example, a random idea coming to my mind is going for a 3 to 4 hours of hackathon, or maybe 3 to 4 days of well-organized hackathon, or other kinds of workshop where people could contribute in a smaller time frame. And then if other peoples who have more time and interest and resources, they can also join you on a longer period of time. But as a team of 3 of you, you need to come out with some clear directions that what is, as I've said, that the call here, that what kind of supports are you looking forward? And as you have launched, I think as we all feel that we're living in an era of social media. So what we see, it sells. So it's important to put the work, in the different forms of stories and different forms of publication out there, so that more and more people got to know about that, what regenerative life garden means. And David, you must be having beautiful case studies of other people mimicking your work, and getting inspired by your work, joining hand. It would be important also to hear from them. And Ali, you could clip them, all those beautiful audios, visuals, audio and videos with the actual implementation sites. And I think that collage could also can be used for the marketing and again, better outreach. So there could be many more ideas that can come forward. David has asked me and invited me to join as a technical advisory board. I'm there. I'm happy to support, but also we need to expand and invite more people in that advisory board so that we can also meet on a regular basis, whether it is once in a monthly time or later on, to help to meet your requirement. Again, it's like, the steering in your hand. We all are here to support you and provide you whatever you need. And I'm so also thankful and grateful to Beth, seeing you and your support, what you're giving to these great fellows over here. So it really means a lot. And this also confirms and validates that how important is this project when we are, having Beth and his team supporting this project. So thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Mamta. Should I go ahead, Ale?
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me here. I feel so excited and so honored. I wish I could see everyone on the ground, but I heard voices, so I know there's many people there. I'll just say a few things about multi-solving and what inspires me about the project you all are launching today. So multi-solving, sometimes I call it a hidden movement because it's happening all over the world. So first I want to sort of welcome everybody on the ground and everyone on this call. You'll never meet all of the people like you who are doing what you're doing, who are seeing that our only way to survival is together, and that we need all the skills and all of the consideration of all of the important things, and that no one part is more important, right? Food isn't more important than the climate, and it's not less. And children's health is not more or less. It's all important. And so innovators like you all around the world are figuring out, and it's not always easy, and it takes commitment and patience, which I know you have, to advance all of these causes together. And in fact, to say, even if it takes longer, even if it is more expensive, we won't leave anyone behind, and we won't leave any species or part of the planet behind, because we either survive together or we don't. Mostly I work at a computer, I work at an office in North America. I touch the earth in my own life. I grow lots of food, so for my family and my community. So this project inspires me because I also love the healing power of working with the soil. But mostly I work at a computer and I write things and I talk on Zoom like this. So it's really fun for me to feel part of this just very practical vision. I talk about multi-solvers as practical visionaries, and I hear all that very much today. So I think I just want to I mean, it's not my place to welcome you to multi-solving. Multi-solving doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the world. But just to know, I guess maybe what I can say is know that you're part of something very big and very important, but also that people get discouraged. And so your successes will be everyone's successes, and that you help cheer us all on by what you do. And the things you do that won't work, because not everything will work, those are very valuable too, because we don't have time to all make the same mistakes. So I hope you will continue, as you have so far, to tell your stories and to tell what works and what change you create in the world, but also to be very brave and say what didn't work so well, to save other people from having to make the same mistakes. And the last thing I'll say is just Multi-Solving Institute is here. However we can help, we will do our best. We're small ourselves. We're only 3 people, but we also have many connections. And so maybe that's another way we can help is if there's ideas or people that we can help bring forward, we'd be very pleased to do that, and just hope we can stay in good touch and learn along the way with you.
Thank you so much, Mamta and Elizabeth. These are words that we will definitely live on and carry forward with us. And I definitely appreciate. Oh, David is coming in. Yes, David.
No, we just wanted to appreciate what you said. Unfortunately, our network was not going well, but we just wanted to appreciate. And maybe another thing, I have an idea. I know you want to see us, and when I look outside, I can see the rain has reduced, and where we are seated, we don't have power. Power has gone. So I feel like maybe within a few minutes we still have, we can try to go to the garden. We show you what we have been doing, and you even see our faces. You know that we are really on the ground. Eh? I don't know if that can make sense.
That would be wonderful.
Yes, David. Yes.
Sure. So members, I'm going to request you, we try our best. Eh? The rain has reduced after all. So let's get our shoes there, then we try to stand in the garden. Yeah, slowly. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Yes. Yeah, you just hold that one. Yes. Meanwhile, you can just go on. If there's anything to say, we are just going to the garden. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, David. And we look forward to seeing you all. And side note, Beth, thank you so much for sharing around the aspect that there's no such thing as like a mistake being wasted. And I think an important part as we start this journey or dive deeper into this journey is the documentation part. We want to hold intention to document the processes online, on ground, so that we can also support other communities and people can replicate it and take meaning of our lived experiences as well. So this is something that we're definitely holding space for. Iyanuoluwa, is there anything that you would like to jump on? Would you like to explore the website a little bit more?
I have a question maybe for
Yes.
Iyanuoluwa.
Great.
How does GIS fit into your project? I haven't heard about that part yet.
Okay, so thank you, Elizabeth, for the question. So as in a meeting with Ali this morning, I have mentioned that although I use like GIS tools, but my project is more focused on like nature-based solutions, like green infrastructures and, well, collectively called blue, green, gray infrastructure. So I use GIS and spatial tools to like quantify, estimate things like urban heat island and how green infrastructure help to cool the environment, and from a background of like farming and agriculture, such as projects such as like Regenerative Life Garden is also like a very, very vital part of it. So in the future, where we've cited like all of these regenerative life gardens, we could like pilot a project looking at like the spatial distributions versus their environmental impact, yeah, a lot of that. But yeah, we have very few currently, and the more we, make some of these gardens, the more impact it would make on an environmental like community scale. And yeah, so for now it is more of meeting the current need, food security, having people come together, creating the solution. And then in the future, we can look at like how spatially distributed they've been and how they make some positive impacts to the environment so far.
If I may jump in, I have some suggestion here for you, Iyanuoluwa. I understand the scale is a bit low here, but I'm just visualizing, a polygon and an area map of the community where David is working on. Everyone has mobile, they have lat long, so you can geolocate those, those actual locations where these vertical gardens are building up.
Right.
We could have, before and after picture. We could have baseline situation and there are soil, just getting basic mapping of the soil won't be that costly, and this is being done by the government agencies in most of the country. So if you could get like what was the conditions of the soil health card before, and once you have done, these vertical garden, and year on year how that has been developed, and then even using the multi-solving flower tool, like before and after, how those petals are being developed and how those connection you are building upon. But seeing that on map, on actual dots of those geolocation would be very visually appealing.
Very right, Mamta. Thank you for that. Yes, that's like what I'm talking about like how spatially distributed the gardens will be. And currently the data about like what it is currently would be available. And even if they are not, because some of the developing countries may lack some data at some point. So, but one thing is certain, and I'm also like good at the use of some satellite images. So we can always access satellite images as far back as like, many years ago. And then we can quantify like the changes over time. So it's a very possible set of actions, and I believe that with time we'll begin to like put all of these things together, document them, and then we'll make sense of them all together. Thank you so much.
And we see David and the community out there.
Right.
Oh. Yes.
David, the floor is yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so here we are in the garden. These are members. And when we talk about regenerative life garden, we normally mean a vertical garden. Maybe let me come closer. Vincent, can you maybe go that side? I want them to focus on that one. Yes. So regenerative life garden, we have like two versions. One is this one that has vegetables. Let me come closer a little bit. It's made by wire mesh and the net. So we have grown kale on sides and sisal, also known as spinach here. This one is spinach. So as you can see, at the center we have lettuce, both purple and green. So at the center we have a composting area where the household waste can be composted and become compost manure. I think you can be able to see. So I'm going to turn around, but this is version 2. Version 1 is this one we are setting today. It is made of wooden poles and chicken mesh on the side. We are filling in the soil, but at the center again, we have composting area where kitchen waste will be thrown and decompose and produce compost manure. So here we have the mixture of soil, manure, biochar, and sand. The sand, we also add sand for drainage and aeration. So maybe starting from here, I can show you the biochar. We have produced biochar and mixed with compost tea. This compost tea has nutrients. It is rich in different kind of nutrients. I don't know if you're okay. Here you can be able to see it. So we mix this biochar with the manure here, with the soil here. Then we also mix with the sand. Then the mixture of all those four is what we pour in our garden there. So the garden, I can say it is somehow new. We are just starting, but the other side, we had another regenerative life garden that I set 2 years ago. Recently, I was celebrating 2 years. I have grown what we call sukuma wiki here, but a kind of collard greens. Then we also had Swiss chard and kale, but for them they have disappeared. As they disappear, we keep on renewing and bringing new crops. So in the garden, we also have jackfruits. I don't know if you can be able to see them. We have moringa tree here. Moringa, we have banana, we have avocado, the other side. We have mango, mango. Yes, so I think I can just talk from here. This is what we are doing here. Yeah. Hello?
Yes, yes, David.
It's so wonderful.
We're clapping. We were just on mute, but this is so incredible. Thank you so much, and I love that you're already wrapping with a beautiful shirt. And can you please show us? Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
But there is also another
yes.
regenerative life garden that I'm going to show you back there. Maybe as other members are here, I'm going to pass by, but you can keep on maybe speaking.
Love it, love it. This is so amazing. We'll definitely be walking with you on ground.
Sure. Yeah, I have reached on the other regenerative life garden here. This is version 1, the one we are already setting down there. This one has 1 week. As you can see, we have grown collard greens on sides. On top, we have grown Swiss chard and parsley. At the center, I think here it's very clear. The composting area is obvious. We've been pouring some kitchen waste, and they have the composting process have already started. So I just want you to see the full this. Okay. I think this is enough. Then here we have some tomatoes around. Recently we harvested maize down there, and even here we still have like one. I can give you this if you want. Eh? Anyways, thank you very much. This is all we can present to you. Thank you.
This is beautiful, David. I was wondering how lucky are people who are right now with you. They could have a nice dinner from all what you have grown over there. So enjoy the meal. But on the technical side, I do have a question, and maybe this is something we expect you to come out with a nice write-up that how these vertical garden actually work. Once you have set up those things, how the harvesting is going to be done, how the next seeding will be done. It seems like, do you have to recreate those things after the harvesting is done, or the setup is lifelong, or at least for a few years, and you just have to repeat the cycle one after another? Not in this call, but something like how this works in a simple manner so that any layman can understand.
Thank you, Mamta.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I can just say a few things about harvesting, how harvesting is done. Okay, for lettuce, we normally harvest once. When they are ready, we harvest and we uproot all of it. Then we transplant a new crop. We normally do crop rotation. If we have lettuce now, next season we are going to plant maybe this chard or any other. Then for the harvest, we just come like for care. We keep on plucking some leaves. Yeah. And for your question about the sustainability of the garden, how long it can stay, and after how long we renew, we normally focus on these crops that are maybe perennial, like kale and the collard greens. As I told you, that one I set it 2 years ago, and I still harvest. So it means this garden can stay here for like 3 years, harvesting and maybe transplanting or refilling. Where you have the gap, you keep on refilling. Specifically for this one, when it is time for us to renew, we just come and disconnect this wire mesh. Then we remove the outer covering. We remove the soil, we add the manure, then we bring it back. We connect it back, then we bring the soil and the mixture of the soil and the biochar. So maybe that's what I can say in summary, but maybe we shall discuss more in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mamta. Thank you, Beth, for those amazing insights and questions. Thank you, Iyanuoluwa, and we see you all. Thank you so much. We are running a little bit low on our time, and we still want to walk you all a little bit through the website and what is currently manifesting, and if you could say a little bit more of like the subtle ways that we want to continue to bring more to life. So Iyanuoluwa and I will be supporting David with that. So let me quickly share my screen.
I have a question while Ale is doing that. Do you all know how much it might cost to make one garden? I'm asking because I think my neighbors here, I could say we could sponsor one garden, and I'm wondering how much would that cost? If you don't know the answer, just tell me later.
Yes, we will definitely make sure to provide a more thorough answer to this. We didn't think of this, Beth.
Yeah.
This is a great idea, like, support. I mean, you can run a marketing campaign on this, Ale, and I think a lot of people, funding and supporting one garden would be great, and you can associate, like, I think it's a lovely idea. Thank you for sharing that bit.
We could give a name to our garden.
Yes.
You know, that could link places. Anyway, that's something to talk about later.
Yeah, yeah. Well, with about like the cost of like setting up a garden, we have like a document where we like made estimates of some of the tools and all the processes with the possible cost, but the currency that we have right there is in the currency spent back in Uganda.
Yeah.
So we are yet to like convert that to what it would be like in US dollars, but we'll definitely communicate that.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, while we give some time for David to settle in, let's go ahead and show the website. David, if you have some connection and you want to jump in at any point, feel free to do so. Yeah. Okay, Iyanuoluwa, the floor is yours.
That's it. And I am it. Okay. So yeah, this is the wonderful Regenerative Life Garden website that we have. And yeah, the climate quest, this is like a project born out of the quest that's rooted in our RegenIntel foundations course. And then we come together in agreement to like discuss a way to establish this quest, which we've titled Regenerative Life Garden. And the mission is to like meet food insecurity, food needs, and well, especially focused on like urban communities where we have some of these challenges related to like high spiking prices, food what would I call that? Like access to food, and so on and so forth. And then meeting some other, having some other cascading benefits, climate change, and lots like that. So the climate quest was meant to start in July, but putting some resources together, we could not kickstart the process right at the time we had planned to. So it's starting a little late, but it's right down there happening in Uganda, Kampala to be precise. And then, well, we have this plan for like a period of 6 months. We have a plan to like, develop these gardens, walk people through its development. I believe strongly that people who are on the ground are seeing how it's been developed from scratch to finish. And then the seeds, vegetables, and all. And then we have a mission to like train as many people as possible who are willing and ready to learn how to do this, because our goal is not actually in like just seeing or making them see how we develop this. We want to like encourage them to go to their own places, their houses, and set something like this up. So it directly meets their immediate needs and of course their neighbors and community. So we plan to like install about 20 RLGs across the communities back in Uganda there, and that was what we were talking earlier about, like spatially mapping how they are distributed across places. For now, we have a plan to set 3 off around launching, but going forward, we'll be setting some up as we have the resources and funding. And then we have the plan to like produce more vegetables as much as the RLG can contain. Of course, the bigger the RLG, the more the produce or outcome would be. And then it would not only be for like immediate, households that have the RLG, they can always share with communities, they can always share with people. And so we cannot entirely like accurately estimate how many people this is going to benefit. Well, for the website, we're saying like reaching 5,000 people, but of course, we're going to have more. But the goal is to forge a partnership, collaboration with communities, having the RLG built across schools, across communities, NGOs, people who are ready to like, walk through this mission with us and the project. So Can you scroll down a bit, Ali?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, this is like a picture of the RLG, but we encourage people to, partner with us. We definitely aim to like train locals, train people on ground. As David, I don't know if he has mentioned that on the call today, but he has some colleagues or partners he has worked together with before that they are, more knowledgeable about building this. And so I guess one of them would be the person in the green vest that we saw on the video right over there. But there are some of them that, they are well informed about building the RLG or the vertical garden, and they are working together. And of course, with neighbors and community members who are ready to learn and collaborate on this, working together and building this project. So, we are again focused on like urban communities where we do not really like have some of these resources, and they really need some of this, like, the garden to help them procure food, reduce expenses on food items and vegetables and all of that. So the goal again is to like end hunger as fast as possible, especially within urban communities. And we definitely seek support. Um, on ground, we might have people right there, but the financial aspect of it would help us to also hire people who are experts in developing this project and going forward. So please feel free to explore the website. Again, it is rlgearth.com. Feel free to explore the website. There is a section down there to donate. We're also having a blog part of it where we'll be releasing some of our stories and how we've gone through. We definitely plan to like put up our stories and what we've, what our experiences are, especially about today, which is like the first official day of launching. So we're going to be detailing the story right on the blog site. So please feel free to, jump in on the website at any point in time. We also have like a partner, Changa Africa, the platform through which we donate. So you can get on the website, click on the link, and any amount is acceptable on the platform. You can donate to this great cause. And with that, I say thank you very much again for listening. Thank you, Ali, for helping walk through that. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. We are at time. David, are you with us?
Yes, we are together.
Yes, we are wrapping up the call now. Would you like to say a word?
Yes, I can say just something because we are very happy. We are very happy there. But again, I want to acknowledge. I saw someone here, Agnes. I don't know if she's okay. She's still with us. We need to thank her, the one who gave us this compound to be used for activity. I don't have land in Uganda, but with the partnership and collaboration, she's very, very interested in this, and she allowed us to use her compound. So I really thank RegenIntel for activating me and activating many people to become planet positive species. My vision is to see household becoming like climate heroes while they are solving their own problems. You can see a person can be like providing vegetables for the family, but also contributing to climate change mitigation. So that is the goal, to have every household getting what they need while they're also contributing positively to our planet. So I thank you all. Kati, I really thank you for joining us. You did not have time to speak, but we really thank you for joining us today. I really thank these people, my colleagues. We are together here. they are, I don't know how I can like explain them, but most of them are representing other groups. We have different groups in Uganda, in Kampala specifically, and these you have seen are just representatives. So maybe as we keep on collaborating, we shall see the way forward. We shall keep on exploring how we can make this project successful. But maybe before I end, I also need to highlight something we discussed with the multi-solving. Multi-solving, maybe they told you about multi-solving, how it helps people to solve multiple problems at once. And I'm sure with time we shall see if we can have like a session or training with them, those who are interested in this approach. Is very useful approach. So we shall see, we shall keep on finding a way. So RegenIntel, thank you very much. And anyway, let me just stop from here because I may spend all the speaking. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Iyanuoluwa. Thank you, Kat, Agnes, Beth, and Mamta for joining us today and blessing us with your presence. And we look forward to continue engaging and connecting as we start and move forward this journey together. With that, we can close today's session with a word of gratitude, and we'll be in contact, and we'll be excited to share more as we dive more into this journey. So thank you so much. Gracias.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I will eat some kale for dinner tonight in your honor.
Ooh.
Bye, everyone.
Yes.